The Phillies last night found their offense. Kyle Schwarber had 2 home runs, long home runs.
Yeah, I think the first home runs will woke everything up.
Yeah.
I think that got everything going.
No question. I think it found like, hey, here we go. There's one of our guys right there. What a difference that made. And Aaron Nola went 2 innings. He did his job. Ranger Suarez was outstanding last night. He kept that Dodger lineup completely off balance, had great command of his breaking stuff. And the Phillies just played really well last night with their backs against the wall. The pitching matchup with Yamamoto to start the game, and Dave Roberts could tell right away his guy didn't have it. So he made the move in the 4th inning. Yeah, there's a lot being made about Clayton Kershaw, whatever. Look, okay.
Yeah.
But again, there are too many headlines about individual guys, okay?
Yeah.
The story on last night's game is Schwarber hit 2 home runs.
Phillies offense woke up.
Right? They woke up. Ranger Suarez
top of the lineup
was the
7
pitching.
hits.
Ranger Suarez was the pitching story last night.
1 hit.
Clayton Kershaw has a first ballot Hall of Fame career.
He does.
Right? Sure. Was it a tough 8th inning? Sure.
Yeah, it's a spot where
okay. Headline.
No, that's not the headline, but it's not.
Aaron Judge hit beautifully in this postseason in both the Red Sox and the Jays series. Defensively, he cost them 2 games.
Yeah.
Now, do we talk about that? No, of course not. We talk about it's his signature moment. Signature for what? You lost in the second round of the playoffs. What's your signature moment?
Right.
I mean, signature moment is that home run in the World Series.
Yeah.
Right? In Game
absolutely.
6.
Sure.
Okay, please stop making stuff up. Okay? He let the ball go between his legs, which opened up a big inning against Toronto in Toronto. And, I know they won the Red Sox series, but the one game they lost in that series, right? He jogged over to a ball, and Sogard took second base, and guess what? Okay? Yoshida came through with a base hit, scored 2 runs. They won the game right there because he didn't take care of business. No offense, $40 million. Yeah. I expect hustle.
Sure.
I expect you not to assume it's a single.
Right. Absolutely.
It's the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right? They
No
lost.
doubt about it.
Okay? He contributed to 2 losses.
Sure.
To go with his
I
signature moment. Well, I'm glad, again, great player. This is not his fault at all. But I'm getting sick and tired about how people are covered. Where you sit back and go, the headline is Kershaw's rough 8th inning. They were already losing the game.
They were already losing the game. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, they're not going to win the game.
No, and the headline's not going to be. The headline is going to be more so on Dave Roberts keeping him in than it is Kershaw being. But it's not the main story. It
doesn't matter. Tim Wakefield stayed in and took a beating in Game 3 against the Yankees in 2004, and because he did, he saved the entire bullpen because he volunteered to stay out there. I'm not saying Kershaw volunteered to stay out there, but sometimes you're out there eating up stuff because it's a lost cause.
Sure.
Okay? Things like that happen.
At the time,
but
it was
the
3-1. That's the
like,
problem.
Kershaw
it's not
roughed
going
up.
to be.
Like, the game was already okay. They've lost the game. Okay. Okay. He didn't come in. It was a 1-run game. And
it was 3-1. But it's
right. Okay. But and the same thing with this is his signature moment. Okay. Well.
No.
Okay. They won the game. It was a great moment. They won the game, but they went 3. They ended up going 3-4 in the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a payroll that's just shy of the Mets. In both New York teams. One didn't make the playoffs, and the other one barely got out of the first round.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, barely got out. If Jaron Duran doesn't drop the ball in left field, they don't win that series either. I mean, that was the key play of the entire series. Jaron Duran dropped the ball. They don't win Game 2. The Red Sox sweep them, right, if that doesn't happen. So here's the big stat. Toronto came to the plate 34 times in the series and scored 34 runs. Wow.
Yeah.
Toronto came to the plate 34 times in the series and scored 34 runs.
Yeah, and that's
the stat right there that tells you everything about that series. Now, Detroit and Seattle, they go back. There's a Game 5. For the Mariners, probably you think of the history of the franchise, maybe the biggest game they've ever played in the history of the franchise.
It's up there. I think the game with the Yankees, Game 5, where Edgar hit the double,
right?
Griffey scored the winning run.
That was huge. But now you have a chance. Okay, the path is clear. Okay, the Yankees are out of the way now. Okay, you've got Detroit and Skubal on the mound. Right, Toronto is It's just going to be a dramatic transition. Toronto is transitioning from being America's team to now being back to being Canada's team. Sorry, Yankee fans are like, what is he doing?
Talk about
hey, look, there are a lot of people who don't like your team, pal.
That's the truth.
Okay, so they were temporarily America's team. Now they're back to being Canada's team. And then Milwaukee, all right, again, we're going to have a contest. Name this brewer. But, yesterday, Cubs won, stayed alive.
Okay?
Phillies won, stayed alive, and showed signs of life.
I think that's the biggest thing. I think the Phillies play the way they did yesterday, even 80%. I like their chances.
And they
in
got
this
Sanchez
series.
tonight.
And they got Sanchez on the mound, and Glass now has struggled with the Dodgers. So I love the pitching matchup. And you just hope the Dodger bats don't wake up, because Ohtani and Freeman have struggled considerably this series. Ohtani's 1 for 14, 7 strikeouts. And he has struggled through the year, really through his career, against left-handed pitchers. Left-hander on the mound tonight. So I like the matchup for the Phillies. I think one of the storylines in this game, in this series, no question, has been it's absolutely yesterday was the Phillies offense. I think the reason Kershaw's comes to the forefront is the managerial decision making that's happened in this series.
Sure.
That's been the one thing that has been, and it's both ways. Thompson has made some questionable moves. Roberts has made 3 or 4 now, and that's I think where you're looking at.
Always had.
He's always had. Always had.
It's always been something that I know he's won 2 World Series, but it's always been like I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah. That was
now,
one.
The Schwarber home run.
The first one.
Left at 117.4 miles an hour. I think it came this close to, on 2 bounces, getting to the 110. And that's, for people who don't know, the 110 is the highway.
Yeah. That thing barely stayed in the stadium. If it did stay in the stadium, he crushed that.
I mean, the 110's the highway on the outfield side.
The one where you see the lights all turn back around when Gibson hits the home run.
Yeah. Right. So that was remarkable.
But I think you've got to be. I think you have to have a little bit more confidence in you if you're a Phillies fan.
There's only been one that's ever been hit out. Schwarber did not hit it out yesterday.
Didn't hit it out.
The only one that ever hit it out was Willie Stargell. The only one. And they say it went about, they're estimating, but it was like way back in '69. But they say his went like 506 feet. Hey.
I've seen some long home runs over the years. There's no doubt about it.
All right.
Yeah, Mark McGwire is the... They always used to say, what would happen if you put Randy Johnson's fastball on Mark McGwire? Well, we saw it at the Kingdom.
Yeah.
He absolutely crushed that ball.
Yeah. So, the weird thing is that the Tigers, when they beat Seattle yesterday 9-3, was the first time they won a home game since September 6th.
They haven't been, in their defense, they haven't been home in a little while, but they've struggled. They've struggled at home. They've struggled in a lot of places as the season wound down there. Blew a 14.5 game lead.
Right. And that was just so you know how many games, it was 8.
Yeah.
They lost 8
in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's,
and they were all important games, by the way. They were all important games. They're trying to get into trying to win the division, trying to get the playoffs, the whole thing. So yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun in a lot of ways here in these well, obviously the Game 5 with the Tigers and the Mariners. Both bullpens have struggled a little bit, so how long are the starters going to go? I think that's going to be the fun part of it. That's really been the series that's flown under the radar. I think it's been the best series of the division series so far. But yeah, I think the Phillies have come to life now, so I think you got to feel good about that. Cubs, I'm less confident. As hard as they had to work to win that game yesterday, I still think the Brewers have the upper hand in that series. But yeah, it's been a fun division series, and the Blue Jays await.
Thanks for listening to Sports Talk with Steve Jones. Catch the latest from me on the 7 Mountain Sports YouTube page. Find clips of the show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook by searching up 7 Mountain Sports.